Hello everybody, I hope that all of you are doing super well. This video is gonna be different. I just want to talk about a topic that I feel people forget about, especially when a new fighting game comes out, and it's good to talk about it, which is to remember to have fun. With the release of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, I've seen a lot of people online that are having a rough time with the game because maybe they find it too hard to play, or they have a rough time learning, you know, how to play the game, how to use the mechanics, and they actually seem, at least when they comment about it, that they are suffering, you know, when they play the game. They are not really having fun. And there are many reasons as to why you can feel frustrated playing a new fighting game. Like, that is pretty, you know, normal, because fighting games are very hard. They are not easy video games to play at all. But I would like to just talk about this topic because there are some specific ideas that I have in my mind that I feel reflect some very valuable things that maybe you should have into account when you're trying to learn a new fighting game, especially an SNK fighting game like Fatal Fury, because they tend to be very dense. And one is to basically understand that the struggle of learning a new fighting game is supposed to be part of the fun. You know, I know that a lot of people have a rough time learning games, especially SNK fighting games, and they end up quitting them, you know, just not playing them anymore because they think, okay, this is way too hard, I don't want to deal with this. And I think that those people at least are forgetting that at the end of the day, when you're not at a video game or at a fighting game specifically, you're not supposed to be winning, and you're not supposed to be worried about your performance. You know, you're supposed to be worried about having fun, about learning the game slowly, taking your time. You know, don't be so over demanding on yourself. You're not going to become, you know, a pro player for the game or anything like that. And the idea with these games is to have fun, to have an enjoyable time, and to basically have, you know, sort of a spotlight in your day when you maybe rest and have some free time, and you can pick up the game and maybe laugh because you did an amazing combo or someone else did a really good play on you. So I think that it is very relevant to have this topic on the table so that people don't suffer when they play these games, when they try it out. I think that I just wanted to talk about it because I don't like seeing, you know, people online saying, you know, I'm just gonna drop this game because I have an awful time with it. And I think that the only reason why this is happening is because they are being so over demanding on themselves, expecting like so much success from an experience that is supposed to be mainly about fun and entertainment and not about performance, you know. So I just wanted to talk about that first topic. And the second one that is connected to that is that you need to actively remember to have fun. A lot of the time when you play fighting games, it is normal to feel frustrated since they are very hard, and it can be a pain in the ass to find some characters or some specific playstyles when it comes to any fighting game. And with this game, that is gonna happen also. But you kind of have to remember that having fun is basically a section of the gameplay that is connected not to only you, but to also your opponent. You know, there is a person behind the character that you're fighting against. You know, when you're playing Terry and you fight Marco, like in this basically, you know, clip that I'm showing on the screen, I'm playing Terry and I'm a person, and there is a person behind the Marco player. It's not just a bot, you know, or a computer trying to defeat you. And I feel like a lot of the time people forget about that. You know, people forget that there is a person behind the character that is also trying to have fun and to basically enjoy the game and have a good time. And you basically are only thinking if you can defeat them in a way or another, when in reality, you know, maybe you should be also cheering for them. You know, maybe they did an amazing play on you and you're like, oh, I love that play, that combo was amazing, you know, that defensive sequence was very good by my opponent, it was very hype, and I'm having fun because the other guy is actually maybe performing well. I think that it is very relevant to remember that, to basically have in your mind that when you're fighting someone, you're actually, you know, fighting a person and not just a character. And then the other thing is that there is joy on losing. You know, because a lot of the time when you lose, it's because maybe your opponent played really well, or there were some really cool moments in your opponent's performance that maybe you need to learn how to cheer up with them. You know, kind of like learn to connect with anyone else's joy and not only yours when it comes to winning or losing. Because if you only worry about your joy in relationship to winning and having a good performance, you're not gonna have a good time with any fighting game, not only this one. Because, you know, it is part of fighting games to lose. It is part of the enjoyment and part of the experience to see someone else do good and basically be happy because of that, you know. And at the end of the day, I just wanted to put this topic out there because I feel like if you forget about this, you're gonna have a rough time with any fighting game. And the other topic that I wanted to add to this discussion that I feel is very relevant and not many people talk about it is that you need to be patient with yourself when it comes to learning these games. Like, it's gonna take time. These games are freaking hard, and specifically this one. Like, the new Fatal Fury is probably one of the most complex modern fighting games that we have gotten in the last decade. Like, I'm sorry if this offends anyone or whatever, it's not really that serious, but this game is much more complex than Grand Blue, than also Street Fighter 6. Maybe it's up there with the complexity or potential complexity that even Tekken has. Like, this game is hard, it has so many layers, offense can be so like complex, and defense requires so many execution. Like, this game is not easy to play, so why are you, demanding from yourself to get good at something when you are not even supposed to be good at it, so quickly? It's going to take hours, days, even months if you want to get super good at it at least. And the other thing is that you don't need to. You don't need to become good at all fighting games that you play. You can just pick up the game, learn a character, at a basic level that you love, and have fun. Go ahead and play. Just pick up and play. You don't need to be, the best player that you can be in every game. It's not necessary. You can enjoy fighting games and be bad at them. Like, you don't need to be super good. You can just have fun, and I think that people forget about that also. You don't need to be a machine at every fighting game, and be a monster and know your character in every detail to have fun with the game. That is not real. It's just something that has been built, in people's minds over the last few years because fighting games have become more accessible, and it is kind of harder to deal with the idea that you're being bad, since fighting games in many ways are easier. They are easier to play, and even though they are easier to play, they are still super hard. So, like, don't go too crazy on yourself. You don't need to become a king of the game. Just pick up and play and have fun. And the last thing that I want to add to all of this is that when a new fighting game comes out, at least some people that are super hardcore fans of fighting games, like, we try to play every fighting game. At least that's what I do, and I'm a super hardcore fan of fighting games. Like, if a new fighting game comes out and I have like the most minimal way of maybe liking it, I'm probably gonna buy it, and play it. And the thing is, you also don't need to do that. You don't need to like and love every fighting game that comes out. Like, that is not really a necessity. You do not need to do it. And a lot of people, I feel, are playing some games because they feel like they have to like them. I know that some people, for example, play SF6 a ton or Tekken 8 because maybe they are fans of 2D fighters or Capcom fighters or, Tekken as a franchise, and maybe they hate the game, but they still play it and try to be good at it. And even though they don't have fun, they keep playing it just because they are fans of the game. And you're not forced to do that. You don't have to play games that you don't like, and you don't have to buy games that you also don't like. So I think that I just wanted to talk about all these topics because in many ways, when a new fighting game comes out, all of these topics come, to the table, and you kind of put them again there because they are relevant, but sometimes we forget about them. So see you on the next video, guys. Have a good week and keep enjoying Fatal Fury. And if you don't enjoy Fatal Fury, play another game. See you.